Hello YouTube, what is up? This is Shatner's Prodigy, and what are you looking at in front of you? What is that on your screen? Let me look in closer here, see if I got some dirt on the camera. Nope, this is definitely not Fabled Quasar that you're seeing on your screen right now. This is a deck from a long foregone time when Solemn Judgment was legal, and so was Heavy Storm, and Monster Reborn. So a lot of power cards are around that are no longer around. And what are you looking at? Well, first off, I've been on Dueling Network for a long time. How long have I been on here, you may ask? Well, I've been on here for, I think, almost 2 years. Yeah, got on February 9th, 2013. So I'll be celebrating my 2-year birthday next month. Now, in kind of celebration of me turning 2, almost, I thought I'd start up a amalgamation of videos. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm not going to call it a series because I'm only going to do 2 or 3 of these ever, and they're not going to be very frequent, but where I just go back and visit some of my old janky decks that I used to play with. On my birthday, I'm actually planning on finding the first deck I ever used on Dueling Network, which should be fun. By the way, I have over 313 decks saved, and they all can't be viable, so I'm sure I'll find some janky decks for you guys. And this is the first one. So this is from a magical time when a brand new Jump promo was coming out, and everyone was all excited, and oh man, they were happy. They thought it would break the game. And no, it wasn't this sweet art of Slifer the Sky Dragon with a legal print on it. It was this card called D-Boys. Now, if you don't know what D-Boys does, and I don't blame you, its effect is, well, you can read it there, but you basically get a special summon, 2 more of him, but you take 1,000 damage for each monster special summoned by his effect if he's flipped. Now, lots of people thought, okay, this gives you easy tribute fodder, gives you instant field advantage, it's an instant +2. I mean, what is this card? I mean, but of course it didn't end up panning out, and you're going to see why. So first off, this deck is poorly built. I'm running 6 hand traps in the main with no side deck, not a good idea. DD Crow is situational at best, and really this was just the engine back then to get BLS out. Also back at this time I think Chaos Sorcerer was at 1, so people were splashing Chaos and everything, because I think this was actually the format that Blackluster came off the ban list, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. Also, we have the Piper draw engine. What? What is that doing in here? I mean, yes, it's another way to get to your Chaos monsters, but it doesn't help you at all get to Slifer the Sky Dragon, which is what this deck is about. I suppose it does build up your hand advantage, but no. Slifer is just too boss to be supported by a Piper draw engine. Mechlord Emperor Weisla is here. I don't know the last time that guy was viable. I don't know why I was playing him in here. I mean, he's essentially a Starlight Road with a body, but I mean, I guess he does give you extra utility to draw your level 1s, but I mean, to draw more cards with Piper, but honestly I'm at a loss for words of why I have him in there. Of course I have the Holy Trinity as it was known back then, and triple MST, that wasn't very popular back then, was that? I'm trying to think what you would run MST for. Fiendish Chain, obviously, since Slifer has no protection by its own, but in that case I don't know why I'm not just running Forbidden Lance. Triple Upstart Goblin, man, where's my recognition? Why don't they call it Upstart Shatner over here? Come on. Let's run triple Upstart before it was cool. Yeah, we also got the Hope for Escape draw engine. Not sure why that's there if your main goal is to get out a monster that could have upwards of 6,000 attack. What? How are you ever going to lose life points in that scenario? I don't know. I should have thrown the piece of Exodia in there to complete the trifecta. The extra deck is just a complete smorgasbord. I don't know how I was planning to make a rank 8. I just don't. Maybe Dragiodia, copying BLS and special summoning BLS with Monster Reborn. I don't know. Maybe something like that. Ugh, I honestly don't know where this deck was going. But if you're wondering why I chose this deck out of the so many decks that I've built over the years, it's because I actually dueled the legendary duelist Blades of Artemis with this janky piece of rock mucus. I actually dueled him with this. The story behind that is he was testing, and he said TCG only. This is, of course, before dueling networks segregated into, you know, ranked and unranked polls, and from TCG and OCG polls. So I, of course, there was no segregation of TCG and OCG cards, so I didn't know if the net decks I had that were meta were remotely, you know, TCG. But I knew that this deck was TCG because D-Boys had come out at that point. So I joined his duel. I dueled him. I lost miserably. I'm going to throw the picture up on screen because I actually took a screen cap of it. But man, it was pathetic. I actually lost because the D-Boys burn damage. It was quite the spectacle, but yeah. So yeah, that's all for this deck. I'm going to be posting up some more of these, not frequently whatsoever. Maybe like 1 or 2 a year. I mean, I don't have that many janky decks. A lot of them are just past meta decks. If you look, you can probably see it here. I have 313 decks, and probably about like 50 or 60 are just the same decks that I didn't feel like looking for, so I just rebuilt them. Like, I think I have 5 or 6 Constellar decks. I don't know. Yeah, but that's all. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.